right? So I'm looking at Apple stock, and what I think is going to happen is that Apple is going to rise once more. We're going to have a rise. If we look at this trend line here, just look at this trend line here. Apple has a long-term trend line since the year 2000 2009. If we just simply draw a trend line from around that time to today, uh, this is going to be a long-term trend line, our financial crisis trend line. So we'll have two trend lines. That's one from the financial crisis. The second trend line starts from around the January 2019. Two trend lines, and we can see that from August of last year, 2023, Apple had a retracement to support, and I monitored that, and it bounced from that area. Right, right near the 5618 area, sort of like a triple wave down. And this is where I entered again here. And my stop loss initially was here at a big stop loss. And then I entered more, and I had a as I became confident and had a closer stop. We can see here from this 2018 trend line, I was just waiting to see if it actually would go there. It bounced from that trend line several times. One, two, three, four, right? Around five. This is going to be the sixth time. It's going to hit its trend line. And so what we should expect is some engulfing candlestick signal, some some evidence that this is going to bounce. If we look at the volume itself here, looking at volume, let me turn off this indicator so you can see not that one. Okay. If you look at the volume here, you see that we have a huge volume right there, huge volume. And if we look at the past, we can get huge volume when we have tops, and we get huge volume when we have bottoms. Right? We have another top here, huge volume came in. Here we had a bottom, huge volume, went flat, huge volume again. So something's going to happen. We're at a crossroads. First, we're at a long-term trend, long-term trend line. We'll call it that. We're at horizontal support here. We have huge volume, 3, and look, we're at a fib. We have this low from the October 2023 low to the December 2023 high. The price bounced from the 50% area, keeps bouncing from that area. And now all of these lines, and we have 6.8 right below it. And that's a special number in markets. And all of these are lining up at the same spot, which is interesting. In addition to this, we see that the monthly average range is around 176.74. That probably is going to change today. Also, the weekly range is right here too, so our stop losses should be below that area, which I'll adjust it now over here, so that the stop loss will be below the trend line and below our next fib support. So all we need now is some candlestick signal that just tells us that, hey, we're ready. Earnings is far away. It's in April, around the end of April, so we can afford to take a risk. If we look at it from a guppy perspective, probably doesn't look good. However, if we look at it from my own indicators perspective, it looks good. You know, uh, we we are at the wave 200 EMA wave. We're in the wave, and that tells us that this will be an incredible buying opportunity. Friday or next week. Another perspective, we're looking at Ichimoku itself. That doesn't look good. We're actually hit stage three Ichimoku, but it's only one bar. The Chiku span fell below the cloud, just one bar. So it's not really valid. We have extreme. Our extremes are telling us that this is a bottom. Only one indicator. Our RSIs are at an extreme as well. A MACD is a MACD is flat. Obviously, RSI looks like just like MACD. However, our extreme indicators are bottoming. That's like secondary we're looking at. But what's really important is support and resistance. And now we may get a candle on Friday or next week. Sometime we may get a candle telling us that the market is going to rise. Of course, that's if it breaks through here, I think that's the end of the Apple bull market. Uh, but looking at the probability of it continue falling, I think it's low. A low chance that it's going to um, just fall through. This is a uh, stable stable stock. Of course, yeah, anything could happen. That's why we have our stop losses in place. But we definitely are at some type of crossroads here, where the stock will most likely break this downward trend line support, or downward trend line resistance barrier, and break through the cloud once again. And in this case, because we are in a big pattern here, this is a big pattern. I didn't show here. Um, this is actually a head and shoulders pattern here. Shoulder, touch your tip. Maybe do that again. Yeah, I would call it more like a crown pattern. So this will be our right tip, right? Something like that. Right. So that will be our crown like pattern. It's not well, that's I call this a crown pattern. That's just one of the patterns I trade. It pulls back to near 618, between 5618, and I look for a what you call it, a trade. And so it looks something like that, right? And it's been maybe just do like this and then go up in June. Who knows, right? uh, but the volume here tells me a lot as well. That this market is most likely going to run once again by today or rally next week. So we just need to wait a green day, or if get in now and enjoy the fruits later. If get in now, and if it breaks through the trend line, get off. You know? The ideal stop loss in that case will be 1.65, right? But if we get a candle, my ideal stop loss will be here, about 173, 174, because that's below this trend line support. Our other long-term trend line will be here. So if it breaks through here, we can expect the market to keep falling to like 130, 140. Uh, but then we have support here at 160. So maybe it will fall there and then find buyers. So the value, the value is right here. This is the value, about 180, 183. And our target will be, 8%, 8% target will be at 250. That's going to be the next rally. I think this is a great buying opportunity in Apple. So I'll end this video. Rocket Man, over and out.